As I stand here for the next 50-something days in the election cycle, fighting for those freedoms that have been given away for a false sense of security, we need to reevaluate what the consequences really are and thusly renew our creative spirit. We need to fight the good fight within ourselves to not become the bully that results from force and neglect. The one that is always justified by the rest of society to be drugged or to be rehabilitated into a mindless robot to be used at every whim of anyone who has that spirit of thuggery to use in any way they please. To me, priority one is to create the space to be free within a forceful and manipulative world. A world that I know I cannot single-handedly change. The held high torch is that creative space for me, that free place with responsibilities. The responsibility that holds us accountable to the principles that we agree to keep here together. Freedom requires responsibility. Responsibility requires principles, and principles require thinking. And thinking requires freedom. Interrupt that circle and all you get is a flat tire. And the vehicle you are using to further your own purpose in life can't get out of your garage. For example, last week's Alpha Kappa Alpha Forum, I noticed what happened to me when just a little nervousness set in. I felt as though part of my mind just went away. I went into a bit of a survival mode there, and it was weird. I became very relaxed. That's what I do when I get nervous. And my thinking was directed towards survival mostly. My creative spirit was zapped a little bit. I managed to get a few coherent things out, but I was not at my best. That demonstrated this principle, that force on a man destroys him. It places us into a self-preserving state, and all of our energy is spent on just surviving. For some, that looks like a walking, talking zombie who just votes in an attempt to fix the unfixable. Unfixable by any government regulation or new welfare program we could ever possibly come up with. Or we just become a bully. I noticed the political bullies that were around me that night, generating fear, wanting revenge, wanting the power to use abusive force for a new kind of good with more unintended consequences, of course. And we now know the severity of the unintended consequences that come with all things forceful. So this is my purpose, to free myself and inspire others, to live within the wonderfully creative spirit that is possible for us all. Not to become that bully that my fellow Americans might have me become, unintentionally, of course. When the Libertarian Party offered me this opportunity to become a leader, I jumped at the chance, not because I seek revenge or want to have a bigger stick. I want to be an example of a free mind, a free man who shows a new possibility, a better way of living. To point out the game of the thugs and the bullies, so that we may recognize what is going on here and who we are becoming, and what the future holds for us if we continue on this path of ruin. We are better than that. We have these wonderfully creative minds that, when set free, can work on our purposes and freely trade those new values that we create. Patrick Henry once said, "Give me liberty or give me death." I understood what he meant at a very young age, and I'm still working on that noble project to this day. I just have the opportunity to have a longer lever to move our great state in a better environment for growth, health, and happiness. Since I have the moral fortitude to stand for my principles, the world has rewarded me over and over with my family and friends that I can't tell apart anymore. I don't know who's family and who are friends. They all trade their talents and their creative spirits with me. It's a wonderful life to not have to do everything myself. I wish for everyone to experience the wealth created when we are set free from each other. My campaign team, for example, is a shining example of how this works. All I had to do was say that I was going to run for office, and all my friends willingly by their own self-interest, stepped up quickly to share their talents. All I had to do was ask, and I have never seen them more alive and creative as I do now. No one owes me anything. No one is doing this out of guilt or shame or for any manipulative reasons. I am no bully, and I will never initiate the use of force on another person. But I will fight for my principles and my freedom every time. I will never stop. A creative world is much too valuable for me to allow anyone to ruin it. And only those who have tasted it, those who have seen this view, know its true value. I wish that you all get the chance to taste true freedom and the creativity and prosperity that comes with it. Here's to freedom. Here's to the creative spirit inside that is our true purpose. Don't let anyone kill it. You are all seeking your own purpose in your own way. Thanks for finding some time to trade with me today. I hope I've given you something valuable to use for your own purposes. And thanks to the Hellhide Torch for the chance to stand for mine today. I hope you all have a great rest of the day.